Welcome back to Mighty Habits, everyone. I'm Steven, your host.
And I'm Mary.
And we are so excited to be diving into a topic
Yes.
that I think is very relevant to a lot of our listeners. We are going to be going deep on the life-changing magic of tidying up by Marie Kondo.
Yes.
Now, Mary, I have to say, when I first heard about this book, I was very intrigued by this whole concept of sparking joy when it comes to tidying up.
That's what she calls it?
Yeah, like how does that even work?
No.
I mean, I understand decluttering.
Right. So it's not just about decluttering.
Okay.
It's about creating a space that you love and that reflects the life you want to live.
Right.
So it's more than just like getting rid of stuff.
Oh, so it's more of like a personal transformation.
It is. It is. And I think that's really what resonated with so many people.
Okay.
And one of the core principles that she talks about is tidying by category, not by location.
So what's the difference?
So instead of saying like, okay, I'm going to clean out my closet, you're going to say, I'm going to tidy all of my clothes at once.
So all the clothes in the house?
All the clothes in the house. And then you move on to books and then papers and so on.
I see.
So it's really confronting like the sheer volume of what you own and making conscious decisions about what truly deserves a place in your life.
So you're not thinking about like, I'm just going to clean this drawer today.
Right.
You're thinking about, I'm going to deal with all my clothes today.
Exactly.
Wow.
And, you know, for a lot of people, that's really overwhelming.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But it's also incredibly empowering.
Oh.
Because you're really taking control of your possessions.
Okay. But so how does this whole sparking joy thing fit in? Like, how does that work in practice?
Well, the idea is to connect with each item on an emotional level.
Emotionally. Okay.
And ask yourself, does this spark joy for me?
Really?
Does it make me feel happy?
So you're like holding up like a shirt and like, does this spark joy?
You know, some people find that really helpful.
Wow.
To like physically hold the item.
Okay.
And really like connect with it.
So it's not just about like, is this useful?
It's not just about being useful.
Or is it practical?
Right. It's
really about how it makes you feel.
It's about how you feel when you hold it.
Wow.
When you look at it, when you think about it.
So I can have something that's like super practical and useful. But if it doesn't spark joy, get rid of it.
That's the idea.
Wow.
And, you know, I think one of the things that's remarkable about this is it really shifts the focus from what you're losing to what you're gaining.
What do you mean?
So instead of thinking like, oh, I'm getting rid of this.
Right.
You're thinking I'm creating space for the things that I love.
Oh, I see. So it's like a more positive.
It's a much more positive frame. Yeah. And I think that's one of the reasons why it's been so successful. Because it's not about deprivation.
It's about being intentional.
It's about being intentional and creating a space that you truly love.
Okay, I get that. But what about sentimental items?
Ah, yes. Sentimental items.
Like that old T-shirt from college that you just can't throw away even though...
It has holes in it and it's faded.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, we all have those.
Yeah.
You know, Kondo acknowledges that those can be the hardest things to let go of.
Yeah.
But she has this really beautiful way of approaching it.
Yeah.
She says, you know, hold the item.
Okay.
And reflect on the memories that are associated with it.
So like really think about the memories.
Yeah. Take a moment to really appreciate like the joy that this item brought you in the past.
So really think about the good times.
Exactly.
Right.
And then thank the item.
Thank the item.
For its service.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And consider whether its purpose has been fulfilled.
Like it served its purpose.
It served its purpose.
Okay. And now it's time to move on.
And now it's time to let it go.
Okay. I kind of like that. It's like giving it, it's like a little ritual.
Yeah. A proper send-off.
A proper send-off, like, thank you.
Thank you for your service.
For the memories, for the joy.
Yeah. Okay. So it's not just like heartlessly tossing it.
Right. It's about acknowledging the role it played in your life.
Okay.
And then letting it go.
With gratitude.
With gratitude.
Just like that.
Yeah. So we're back.
Back again.
Talking about tidying up.
The life-changing magic of tidying up. And it really is like life-changing.
It is.
It's this whole idea of sparking joy is just, I'm finding it really fascinating.
Yeah. And I think one of the things that's really resonated with people is this whole idea of like a tidying festival.
A tidying festival. What is that?
So instead of thinking of it
as like this ongoing chore.
Right.
You're like, okay, I'm going to dedicate a period of time.
Make it an event.
Make it an event.
Okay.
You're going to go all in.
All in, okay.
You're going to like KonMari your whole house.
Okay.
And then you're done.
So it's not like every weekend I'm going to do a little bit.
Right. It's not this like never-ending battle against clutter.
Gotcha.
It's like you're going to reset.
Like hitting the reset button?
Hitting the reset button on your entire living space.
Okay.
And, you know, the idea is that once you've done that, you've established this new baseline for order in your life.
So it's like a fresh start.
A fresh start. And I think a lot of people find that really appealing.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't love a fresh start?
Exactly. But then the question becomes, okay.
Yeah.
So you've had your tidying festival.
Yeah, the festival is over.
The festival is over now. What?
How do you keep it that way?
Right. How do you maintain that?
Blissful state of tidiness.
Yeah, because I feel like I'm constantly battling clutter.
Right.
Like I tidy up and then a week later it's like back again.
Well, one of the key things that Kondo talks about is designating a place for everything.
Everything has its place.
Everything has a home.
Oh, okay.
So you know it's not enough to just declutter. Right. You have to then be intentional about where you're going to keep the things that you decide to keep.
Everything has its home and it goes back to its home.
Exactly. You develop this habit of returning things to their home.
Oh, I see.
After each use.
So if I use it, I put it back where it belongs.
Exactly.
Okay. I mean, that sounds simple enough.
It is simple, but you know, a lot of us don't do it.
Right.
And that's how the clutter starts to creep back in.
It's the little things, right?
It's the little things. Yeah. And, you know, it's like those tiny habits that we talk about on this show.
Exactly. Like the little things that you do consistently make a big difference.
Make a huge difference.
Yeah. So it's really about creating a system.
It's about creating a system.
That supports your efforts.
That supports your tidying efforts.
Yeah. And once you have that system in place, then it becomes much easier to maintain that tidiness.
And I think that's really the key to success with this method.
But, you know, as we're talking about this, I'm thinking about our Mighty Habits listeners who are all about building positive habits.
Yeah.
And it seems like there's a real connection here.
There is a huge connection.
Yeah. How so?
Well, think about it when your physical space is cluttered and chaotic.
That's hard to focus.
It can be really hard to focus.
On anything.
Right. Let alone building good habits.
Yeah, you're right. It's like your environment is working against you.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like you're constantly battling this like mental clutter.
Right.
As well as physical clutter.
Okay, so if you can clear the physical clutter, that frees up mental space.
Exactly. It frees up your energy.
Yeah.
It allows you to focus on what really matters.
Okay, so tidying can actually help you.
It can be a catalyst.
Build better habits.
For positive change.
That's amazing.
And I think that's really what's so powerful about this method.
Okay, so let's say I've done my tidying festival.
Okay.
I've KonMari'd my whole house.
Oh.
I'm feeling great.
You're feeling good.
Feeling lighter.
Lighter.
Okay. And now I'm ready to start building some new habits.
Okay.
What's the first step?
Well, one of the things that Kondo talks about is visualizing your ideal lifestyle.
Visualize my ideal lifestyle.
Okay.
What does your dream life look like?
Really think about it.
Think about it.
Okay.
What kind of habits would support that vision?
Oh, so you start with the vision and then you work backwards.
Exactly. And then once you have that vision in mind, you can start to see how tidying can help you create the space and the mental clarity to pursue those aspirations.
So it's not just about getting rid of stuff. It's about creating a space.
It's about creating a space
for the life that you want.
That supports the life you want.
Okay, can you give me an example?
Sure. So, for example, if your ideal lifestyle involves being more health conscious, having a clutter-free kitchen might make it easier to cook healthy meals.
Because you enjoy being in the kitchen.
Exactly. You're not like stressed out by all the clutter.
Yeah. It's more inviting.
It's more inviting. It's more inspiring.
Okay.
Or if you want to be more creative, having a dedicated and organized space for your art supplies might inspire you
to actually do it.
To pursue your passion.
Right.
So it's really about removing those obstacles.
Both physical and mental.
Both physical and mental.
Yeah.
That can prevent us from reaching our full potential. And tidying can do that.
Tidying can be a huge part of that.
Wow.
And I think that's where the magic of tidying really shines through.
I love the magic of tidying.
It's a magical process.
Yeah, it really is.
You know, it's not just about cleaning your house. It's about cultivating a more mindful and intentional way of life.
That's beautiful. And speaking of mindfulness,
yes,
one of the things that I find so interesting about Kondo
mm-hmm.
is she talks about treating your belongings with respect.
With respect.
Like even the everyday item.
Even the everyday item.
Like, what do you mean by that?
So, she believes that
Yeah.
every item that we own has a purpose.
Okay.
And deserves to be treated with care.
So it's not just like tossing things around.
Right. It's about, folding your clothes neatly.
Okay.
Storing items properly.
Okay.
Taking a moment to appreciate the craftsmanship of an object.
So really being mindful.
Being mindful and appreciating what you have.
Even if it's just like a simple spoon.
Even a simple spoon.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing the value in even the simplest things.
So it's like extending that sparking joy philosophy to everything you own.
To all of your belongings. Not just the ones that you love the most.
That's a really interesting concept.
It is.
I never thought about it that way.
And I think it can really shift your perspective on your possessions.
So it's not just about getting rid of stuff.
It's about changing your relationship with your stuff.
And appreciating it.
Appreciating it.
Yeah.
And taking care of it.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
So we're back for our final deep dive into Marie Kondo and the life-changing magic of tidying up.
Yes, and I feel like we've only just scratched the surface.
Right, there's so much to unpack here.
There is.
But I think we've covered some really key points. This whole idea of sparking joy?
Yes.
Tidying by category?
Right.
Thanking our belongings?
It's all about being intentional.
Right, like really thinking about what we bring into our lives.
Exactly, and why.
Yeah, and how it makes us feel.
And how it serves us.
Right, and as we've been talking about this, I keep thinking about our Mighty Habits listeners who are all about building those positive habits.
Right.
And it seems like there's such a strong connection between
there's a huge connection.
Tidying and habit building.
Absolutely.
Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, think about it. When your space is cluttered, it can be really hard to focus.
It's distracting.
It is. It's like your environment is working against you.
Yeah, you're constantly battling that clutter.
Right, and that can drain your energy and make it really hard to stick to your habits.
So if you can clear the clutter, you free up that mental space.
Exactly.
For other things.
It's like you're creating this blank canvas. Oh, I like that.
For your new habits to flourish.
So tidying can actually be like a catalyst for positive change.
Absolutely.
Wow. That's really powerful.
It is, and I think that's one of the reasons why this method has been so successful.
Okay, so let's say I've done my tidying festival.
Okay.
I'm feeling good. I'm ready to start building some new habits.
Yes.
Where do I start?
Well, one of the things that Kondo talks about is visualizing your ideal lifestyle.
Okay, so really think about what I want my life to look like.
Exactly. Like, what does your dream life look like?
Okay.
What kind of habits would support that vision?
So start with the vision.
Start with the vision.
And then work backwards.
Exactly.
Okay, I can do that.
And once you have that vision in mind, you can start to see how tidying can help you create the space.
The space for those habits.
The space and the mental clarity to pursue those aspirations.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. So let's say your ideal lifestyle involves being more health conscious.
Okay. Having a clutter-free kitchen might make it easier to cook healthy meals.
Because it's more inviting.
It's more inviting. It's less stressful.
Right. You actually want to be in there.
You actually want to spend time in there.
Okay.
Or if you want to be more creative, having a dedicated and organized space for your art supplies might inspire you to actually use them.
Right. So you're removing those obstacles
that
are preventing you from doing the things you want to do.
Both physical and mental.
I see.
It's about setting yourself up for success.
That makes a lot of sense.
And I think that's where the magic of tidying really comes in.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into Marie Kondo and the life-changing magic of tidying up, what's the one thing you want our listeners to take away from this?
I think the most important thing is that tidying is not just about having a clean house.
It's about something more.
It's about creating a life that's aligned with your values.
Your values and your aspirations.
And your aspirations.
And your dream.
Exactly.
I love that.
It's about using your physical space as a tool to support your inner growth.
Wow, that's so well said. And for our listeners who are feeling inspired to spark some joy in their own lives, we highly recommend checking out Marie Kondo's book,
It's an amazing book.
It really is the life-changing magic of tidying up.
And, you know, it might just change your life.
It might. And be sure to subscribe to Mighty Habits for more deep dives into life-changing books and ideas.
We'll be back soon.
Until next time.